amazingly, you can hear us both because it's very, very noisy at the NAMM show. I'm here with Tom Cram. He's going to talk to us a little bit about what's been happening with DigiTech and, well, the return of DigiTech and DOD or DOD, however you want to say it. So, Tom, what's been happening? Tell us.
What a long, strange trip it has been. So after Samsung bought Harman and DigiTech and DOD kind of fell by the wayside, flash forward a few years later, and Cortec, the guys who own Cort Guitars, were able to buy DigiTech and DOD from Samsung. And about a year ago that happened, and then about 8 months ago they contacted Jim Pinnock, who was one of the old DigiTech engineers, the guy who actually invented multi-effects, and,
wow.
and said, hey, help us out with this, with what we got. And as things progressed, it just turned into a thing where they were like, we want to start it all over again.
Get the band back together.
Get the band back together, which is what I've been saying.
Yeah.
And so we hired on Roger Johnson, who was Jason Lamb's partner in crime. So all the Epic series stuff, the Gonculator, all that weird stuff, he had a hand in.
Yeah. And
then Parker Coons, who was my right hand man when I was in charge, and then Jim Pinnock, and we spent the past 8 weeks or so getting stuff that had stopped being manufactured back up and running again.
Yeah.
And so here we are with the full line of DOD.
Well, it's amazing because you kind of you've had a really good start because bringing back the iconic pedals like the whammies, the ricochets, all that kind of stuff. You've already got that good start to then kind of bring in some new designs or perhaps some older ones that you've been working on and stuff as well. And obviously the Bad Monkey thing went insane as well, which obviously got the brand out there to even more people as well. What do you think to all that kind of stuff?
The whole Bad Monkey thing kind of took us by surprise because as far as we were concerned, it was a pedal that we used to make 20 years ago.
Yeah, and it's always had like a bit of a cult following anyway, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's a cool
like Phil X and players like that have always loved that pedal, haven't they? Anyway, so it's pretty wild to see.
Well, since it has a bass and treble control, it's like a more capable. Well, it literally is a more capable tube screamer.
Yeah.
And so it's always had its following. So again, because for us it was an old thing, and we always thought of it as a cool pedal anyway, even though it was a budget pedal.
Yeah.
When I first heard that he was in a video, I'm like, why?
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden it went crazy. We were also again saying, why?
I know, yeah. Get production up straight away.
Yeah. And there have been people who said that it was like some sort of masterminded marketing thing. If it was a masterminded marketing thing, we'd actually have Bad Monkeys to sell.
Exactly, yeah. Well, it certainly didn't help, I'm sure. Didn't hurt anyway.
Yeah.
So, the whole thing with all that kind of stuff, it just shows you the power of like when you get someone like Josh on board to help out with all these kind of things. It just
and he's a big DOD and DigiTech fan too. So that for him it comes from a place of love. Even though he is kind of poking people in the eye a little bit too.
He likes to mess with people, doesn't he? Yeah. So are we going to see? Kind of like resurrect some designs from before to come forward and stuff. Yeah. Cool.
So I call them updates because I don't normally do strict reissues. I like to add stuff to them to make them so they're more pedal board and modern friendly. But as far as I'm concerned, the entire history, both digital and analog, of DigiTech and DOD is up for grabs.
Yeah.
So
there's so much to do, and like you still always feel there's so many kind of been some great sleepers in the range, like the Looking Glass. Like Landau, one of my favourite guitar players, has been using one I've seen recently as well, and that certainly doesn't harm the recent relaunch and everything like that as well.
And that wasn't an accident. I mean, not to toot my own horn, but when I resurrected DOD, there used to be a saying locally in Salt Lake City where people would say, "I buy DigiTech stuff for their delays, and I buy DOD for their dirts." Right. So it was like I had to make cool dirt for DOD. And so Looking Glass is part of that. And luckily, I knew Christopher from Shoe, and we started talking. And he's like, "Dude, this could be like the successor to the 250." And I'm like, "Show me what you got."
Yeah, it sounds so rich, kind of open sound, isn't it? As well,
clear.
I mean, for someone like Landau as well, one of those. He's one of the tone guys. The tone guys, and it takes a long time for him to like change his board up, doesn't it? And for something to go on there and stick around, it's pretty awesome as well.
That's pretty cool. I need to figure out how to get in touch with him.
Yeah, oh, I mean, yeah, he's such a great player. He just played over in Nashville, and yeah, he's just such a cool player. So we're going to see some new pedals coming fairly soon. Then,
so we're hoping. I'm always working on new stuff.
Yeah.
So we're hoping to have some new stuff before the end of the year.
Yeah.
It'll most likely be a DOD pedal.
Yeah.
The DigiTech stuff will take a little bit longer because we still have to get the Lux back out again.
Yeah.
We still have to get the Jamman Solo XT back out again, and the Strum and stuff. So yeah, there's still work to be done on DigiTech. DOD will very, very soon.
Yeah, but I think it's just amazing, like, you know, the whammy and the drop, the freak out, they have become like, you know, today's crybaby. And, you know, when I think of like hallmark guitar pedals like the CE1 and things like that, you've got so many pedals now in this, you know, short space of time that have gone into that, you know, the legendary status, haven't they? Like these, like the drops and the freakouts, we sell so many of them. It's incredible.
So I think that's a huge compliment, because this row of pedals here kind of represents my era of being in charge, and so I want to continue doing stuff. I probably won't run as fast as I did back then, because I felt like extreme pressure to get stuff done before things kind of blew up. Now I think we can take our time
and refine things a little bit more as well. And that's the, you know, the benefit of hindsight, isn't it? When something's been out in the market, you almost think, oh, I wish I'd have kind of done this a little bit.
All the time.
Gives you a chance to revisit these designs then, doesn't it?
Yep.
And this thing I absolutely love as well. The
440.
Yeah, seeing those videos of Flea playing it and stuff like that was always so cool. So, yeah, no, great. Yeah, it's great to see the brand back, everything all happening, and yeah, you have to check out some more stuff on peachguitars.com. Tom, thanks for your time.
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it. Cheers.